needs to be dealt with first if you're elected?
Well, I think the first issue should be bringing back our troops from Afghanistan, and we will do so.
Bet?
Yeah.
All right, you got a minute. Okay?
Okay.
It's up to you. Yeah, you got up to a minute. Zach, same question. What is the most important issue that needs to be dealt with first if you're elected?
The most important issue we have today is the drastic rate of poverty in this country. We're the richest nation on this planet, and somehow we have a poverty rate of over 20%, which is just ridiculous. I mean, this wealth disparity in America is just clearly wrong and should not be tolerated here, and that is what I would try to fix.
Okay? Same question. Virgil?
I believe that the most important thing to take control over in this country is to give back the jobs and businesses, to apply jobs to the communities where the money can increase and take care of the debt and go grow business to make us all happier.
Okay, any other comments for candidates? Points? No? Good. All right. Zach, first question. This question's to you to start. Do you think marijuana should be legalized? Why or why not?
I think it should be legalized. We allow far worse drugs such as alcohol and tobacco to be legalized in this country, and those have a far more inverse effect on your health. And the legalization of marijuana would, first off, end the war on drugs, which costs this government billions of dollars every year. Secondly, it would eliminate many prisoners who should not be institutionalized. And thirdly, it would increase tax revenue.
Kate, same question to you, VJ.
I would say that we should keep it illegal. One, because it ruins the minds and the lungs of young human beings. And yes, it would lower the drug war, but also once the drug war on marijuana is gone, there's always more drugs to be found, more wars to be fought between cartels and America. So.
Mario, same question to you.
I think it should be illegal because going with VJ, yes, the jail rates and everything, but do you really want people running around with pouches of weed and marijuana inside in their pockets and just smoking it on the streets like cigarettes? It's not the same exact thing. Cigarettes have nicotine, but the same going with the marijuana. I mean, it's way worse than cigarettes, but if people smoking more cigarettes, should they start illegalizing cigarettes? Because how the amount of cigarettes they're smoking. So when they're on the case of marijuana, it should be illegal with like everyone now. I mean, we even have kids now smoking marijuana. I mean, in school, they get caught in school, and then on the streets, I mean, with their buddies, getting caught in backyards. But I think, for my opinion, it'd be illegal if I was in
Okay, any other comments? You have 30 seconds, Zach.
Sure. All right, so since the 1970s, where the American Foundation upheld something of that name, it's found that the addiction rate among Americans has remained around 0.75% of the population, no matter how much spending we've pumped into this war on drugs. So the amount of marijuana used and other drugs in this country used has pretty much remained the same, no matter how much money we funnel into this war on drugs. So why fight a pointless battle?
Okay, either of you two want to address that?
I don't think it's really a battle. It's just something really easy for. It's like mostly like a common saying. I can just say, okay, we're going to illegalize marijuana to everyone unless it's medical. Which, I mean, proven fact that okay, if it's medical, then where do you get it from? Where? I mean, you don't just go to Walgreens and pick it up at Walgreens and get marijuana, and you have to go somewhere special to go get marijuana. And some people they grow it in their backyards, and then they finally get caught from having a marijuana leaf plant in their backyard.
Virgil? This question is kind of, I guess, same topic, but more of a state versus federal government question. With the recent passing of marijuana to be made legal in 2 states for other than medicinal purposes as well, should the question of the legality of marijuana be left up to the states on a state-by-state basis, or is it a question that the federal government should step in? Virgil?
I would have to say it's a federal decision to make. One, because the federal government has the power to like pass laws and make laws, and so do states, but federal government has more of a stand in their elected people from the communities to take control and lead the way on the charge against everything or for something. So I'd say it's still federal.
So to you, Mario, so that, should the question of whether marijuana be made legal, should that be left up to the states as it kind of is now, or should the federal government regulate that?
So are you meaning by the federal government, like the state government, or the,
Well,
the state, okay.
two states recently passed the legalization of marijuana, Washington and Colorado, to be used for purposes other than just medicinal purposes. Should states be allowed to have that right?
Alright, I think it should be the federal government, but at the same time, how you said that Colorado legalizes it, with the medical issue from the question number 2, when you are sick and you actually need it, not when you just want it because you're feeling down about something, just like how people drink beer and then they get addicted to it, and then marijuana with the same exact thing, when you're getting addicted to it, you're just gonna go out and buy it, but it's not legalized, and it's illegal, so yes, the GR rates are gonna go up, but the federal government, if they legalize it, then, I mean, as being president, I truly think it should be the federal government, so all states are provided with that.
Okay, same question you, Zach, you mean to repeat it, or
No, I got it.
just, okay?
Alright, so it should be left up to the state's choice, because when we saw a ban on a certain good, namely in the 1920s with the sale and distribution of alcohol, we saw crime rates massively soar, because now it was an illegal object with a limited supply, but still the same demand. And with this, people would turn to criminals in order to get the alcohol they wanted. So all you did was throw a bunch of people in jail, help start organized crime, spent huge amount of money on fighting this war on alcohol, and then it was completely ineffective as well. And so the same thing happens with this war on drugs and that we're fighting right now with marijuana. It's just completely pointless, because people are still getting the marijuana they want, and it's just blowing up the deficit, and it's just pretty much useless.
Okay, any other comments? Exactly a minute. Any other comments? No? Okay. Starting back to Mario, right? Mario, what is your opinion on same-sex marriage?
Sorry. My opinion on same-sex marriage, as for me, if I see it around, I mean, I have gay friends, and I don't have a problem with it, and that's my opinion. If it goes farther than that, and with same-sex marriage, it can be kind of hard, but I don't mind it. That's their lifestyle and how they live their life. And so if they want to have the same sex, male, male, female, female, it's up to them. I think it should be, I don't mind it.
Should be legal, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it should be legal, in my perspective.
Okay, Zach?
I believe same-sex marriage should be legal, because if two people love each other, it doesn't matter how they look or what skin color they are, what gender they are, they should be able to love each other with the same protection of the laws of same-sex marriages.
Virgil?
I would have to say that it should not be legal. One, because as a Republican Party, we are conservative and religious aspect, and the religious aspect says that man and woman should be together, and God made Adam and Eve, so man and woman, he didn't make Adam and Steve. So I would say that yes, it should be illegal, but I would say you can have your partner, quote unquote, and you can be with them, but I wouldn't say you should get married, and you shouldn't have the right to have a child with that person, because you don't need to raise a child and put your influence on them and have them grow up through that and get teased by their friends and everything and just destroy their life pretty much. But I would say, I don't bring my wife or my girlfriend to places and I don't make out with her right in front of everybody. So I would say you can have your opinion and you can do what you want to do, just not with mass groups of people.
Okay, any
I do.
Comments, Zach?
Alright, so marriage is one of the oldest institutions in human existence. It's predates religion, for one. It's been around forever, and so saying that we should respect one religion's intolerance to a social group is unconstitutional at its base core.
I would have to say that actually, yes, marriage does predate religion, but man and woman was made first, so obviously there's a purpose for that, not be same sex.
What do you think, same sex would be their own religion? I mean, they can have you're saying, I think in my perspective it would be their own religion, but that's just
I've never heard of a same-sex religion.
If I was a president, that would be in the books.
So they wouldn't be able to be a part of any other
They
religion?
can, but
Okay.
I put them in a different book. But I don't mind.
So you're discriminating against them by putting them in a different.
But I don't mind it.
Okay, this is again a similar topic, same topic, but more of a right. Should same-sex couples beyond marriage enjoy the same rights as married couples in terms of insurance and tax breaks and so forth like that? To Zach first.
Alright, I think so, because the legality of it is, if I wanted to marry Mario, let's say, I couldn't. But let's say a female wanted to marry Mario, then she could. And the only reason she could and I couldn't is because I'm a man, and that's gender discrimination at its base. So it would be unconstitutional for us to not allow same-sex marriages to A, occur, or B, have the same rights as opposite-sex marriages.
Okay.
So, like I said previously, the Republican Party doesn't agree with same-sex marriage, but if it is to be passed in Congress with the majority of the vote, I would say that it is constitutional that they should get the same benefits and same taxes as a married couple because it's passed in a federal law.
Mario?
Or I think the same thing that BJ said. I mean, they're people, and they just are different on who they like and want to marry. So they should have the same laws passed with insurance, and it's not like they live in their own world.
So, Virgil, you said they should have those rights?
They should have those rights, even though I don't agree that they should be married.
What he said is if it passed,
Like if it passes
if it
in,
passed.
like
If it did pass, yeah.
if it did pass, they should get the same rights. But I and the Republican Party don't believe that it should pass. It should pass.
Okay, any other comments? No?